Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Operation Noisy Elephant. Back in May, one of our professors asked us to approach a sort of systems or way of which to bring sustainability to Wentworth. So this is a project really kind of focused on bringing that sort of ideology, or at least improving sustainability at Wentworth by targeting the students. In this sense, we believe that students would be the best target because they represent the largest, least impact on the environment at Wentworth, since most of the recycled materials that get thrown out are a result of students in general, or we talk about paper or materials in terms of building models and so on and so forth. And primarily also because they're the next generation. They're young and receptive towards new ideas, and they're going to be going out into the workforce in the next couple of years. And hopefully we thought that gave them a different kind of perspective on things. They might be able to bring that with them. So basically the concept itself really looks at elephants in the sense that, well, why aren't students involved? Well, because we're all very, very busy and have a lot of problems to constantly basically just keep up our time or are distracted in a lot of ways. So we have the environment. It's been drilled into us all of our lives growing up, but now we have things like money and jobs and the economy and politics and our appearance or popularity or any aspects of these constantly either distracting us or overwhelming us. They're all problems in a lot of sense that are bigger than us, that we cannot change, and the environment is usually presented to us in at least in the same manner, in the sense that it's something that's big and too hard for us to approach. So we really looked at this in terms of a concept as an elephant, of changing the elephant's perspective for a student, basically giving them a sense of empowerment instead of feeling hopeless, giving them a sense of accomplishment, making whatever it is easy to do, making it kind of a loud thing, something that's rebellious, that kind of feeds on to that nature of being youthful and wanting to make a change. So, what is Wentworth's sustainable image? Well, you can see right here on the left what we see every day, and on the right is what we really would want it to be. But unfortunately, that's just not realistic. We have Wentworth for what it is. So what we can change is the idea of it. We can make a lot of noise. So basically, the idea of this campaign, from our point of view, would be to first start out with a small group going around and displaying a message all over campus, to think green, to consider what our waste is. Simple things like taking all the trash that we find that's recyclable and putting it in a giant pile in the middle of campus so people can actually see how much we are wasting. Or same thing for the print lab, or essentially something that occurs without warning, and really gets people questioning, well, what is this? What's going on? Is this something that's I don't want to say criminal, but certainly fringe and not necessarily something to be associated with the administration. It's not to say that things that the administration does are bad, but it certainly is a turnoff for a student base that is, for the most part, somewhat rebellious towards them. So if there's some sort of question as to that, it gets students interested, it gets them intrigued by what's going on. And so then the second step to that would be to take action, to give a rise to things occurring on campus, to make it easier for students to recycle, make it more obvious what they can do to make a change, in the sense that we thought of making more recyclable boxes, essentially just crates or things that we construct out of recyclable materials and place them around campus, simply just saying recycle in me. And if it's for example, we do have a couple of recycle bins added onto campus near trash cans, but when it comes to classrooms, if you walk from classroom to classroom, you will see trash cans, just trash cans, there's no recycle bins, just filled to the brim with recyclable material. And I think that if we just start getting students just starting to think about what they can really do on a daily basis to change this, we can make small changes over time. And that's really what this is all about. It's that as a student base, we can only do so much, but if we change just a couple of people's ideas or give them some sense of empowerment through this, then we begin to affect a longer generation. Essentially that, if we did a big thing in the middle of campus and we also, talked a little bit about what someone could do to improve their impact on the environment. If 100 people went by and only 10 people listened, those 10 people would then actually take that on with them and pass that on to someone else. It's the idea that it disseminates amongst all others, and even if we just make an impact on a couple people, it will continue on throughout our school careers and onward into the workforce. And even then, it's just about making the idea simple and easy. It was interesting to us getting involved in this project how much more we thought about, what we were doing on a daily basis. Like, just for myself, my example, we started thinking about power and usage. Every time I walked into a classroom that was empty, I turned the lights off. Every time I saw a soda ball sitting next to a trash can, I picked it up and gathered it with near one of the recycle bins out in the quad, which by the way is kind of difficult. I actually have to walk from the annex to the quad in order just to be able to recycle one bottle, which is silly in my mind. It was one of the things we want to really change with this whole guerrilla movement, and really just about recruiting more students to a cause to keep it going even after we graduate. So it's really just about spreading a message. And in the end, the goal is just to make change whenever and wherever you can. So taking the environment as this big bad elephant who's always in the room, always standing over us, saying there's nothing, you've no hope, there's no change you can make that'll change our future at this point, and switching it around to saying we can do this. Even if it's just a small thing, you can still feel good about what you've done today. It's about making it a positive feeling, giving that student who really can't control things like money or their job or any of those aspects to some semblance of, well, I did do something good for the environment today. I did turn off all the lights on campus. It might have annoyed a couple people, but certainly we just got a couple people thinking about how much power they're wasting every day. It's just about thinking about how you can be a good person, and I think that really can apply to a lot more people if we really attempt some sort of movement in this sort of fashion. It's really about just going out there, making noise, and just getting people thinking about it. You can go on the street all you want and preach about CO2 emissions or rising temperatures, but you're going to turn people off with that because you're not giving them something they can do, they can impact. It's a lot of times it's something they don't understand. So approach them on the level that is easiest for them. What they are doing every day, and some small thing that they can change about their daily routine and make habitual that doesn't impact them in a negative aspect. Like, it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you to recycle something. In a lot of cases, it actually is beneficial. So that's what this whole idea is about, and we looked forward to basically developing it a little bit more. But that was the basis for it. So I want to thank you for your time.